Hard Seeker. Okay, that's tempting. Be stronger in the forest. That doesn't sound like the worst of ideas. Hmm. Sure. Trying to talk to you, dumbass.
Greetings. So how's it going? Good. Anything new at the mill?
Not really.
Are you still organising fights?
Aye. Do you want to join?
Come on.
All right.
Here's the money.
Good. Farewell. I'll pull your guts. Christ!
Oh yeah. Oh my god, voice crack. Love that for us. Wakey, wakey. Oh, he's lying without a shirt on a bunch of nettles. That's gonna sting. Come on, mate. Wake up quicker.
Oh, so here's your money.
I heard about this fella who always got heartburn just before it snowed. You could team up.
All we need is a bloke who can't get it up when it's going to be sunny, and we'll be the three wise men.
Three.
Greetings, my friend.
Hmm.
Would you know of any...
The only thing you can do but go and ask those woodcutters on the opposite hill.
Why the wood...
Just think about it. They've been cutting timber in the middle of nowhere for a pretty long time, and they get paid for every wagon they unload at the sawmill. They work all day long and don't move an inch.
I think I know...
All their earnings must be hidden.
Hmm.
What does Crazel say about that?
He said it would be obvious it was one of us. After all, they can see right into our backyard from their camp.
Yeah,
But
I
you're
wouldn't do
not
it.
from around here. You might get away with it.
Well,
Of course.
what about one...
I don't have anything. Not so far.
I do.
Say your... All right, so
Thanks for the...
you can shut here.
Cheers. You have plate armor, you gain more charisma. Okay. I don't even know how to pull off a feint. This would probably be really good.
Praise God.
Are you still... Sure? What about an...
Damn. But don't forget the...
Here's the money.
That's more like it.
Ah. Just you wait. Just you wait.
My sister could beat both of you. With one hand behind her back. My daddy can punch harder than you.
Shit. Nice.
There we go. Don't know why it gave me repeat missions to fight these guys again, but might as well.
You really...
You alright?
It's nothing compared to a beating from Vera. Here.
What's this next job all about?
I need to find a saltpeter pit.
Never a wasted word, eh?
Yeah, he's making gunpowder.
And to the point. That's my credo.
And how long will it take before you tell me what a saltpeter pit is?
A saltpeter pit is a pit in which saltpeter is formed.
Thanks.
This has something to do with that alchemy of yours, eh? I don't know much about that stuff.
Nitra is saltpeter. White crystals similar
Yeah,
to
he's
salt.
making
What
gunpowder.
needs salting here in the mill? Or is it supposed to be some peculiar crazal wedding gift for a young Semine?
Nothing of the sort. The
We've
Kabbalistic
seen
doctrine
a
speaks
gun at
of
the very
saltpeter as
early
a
part of the
vessel for
game.
inexhaustible
I haven't
essence
gotten one
of life.
myself.
Those white crystals are said to contain the very essence of being. That's precisely what we need to give life to our golem. Thanks to the ingredients from Hermes Trismegistos, his feet will never get tired, and his fists will have the power to smash rocks. But saltpeter is the most important thing. Saltpeter will be the golem's heart.
So you're serious about this golem? And are you certain it'll work out?
Certainly. Otherwise, I wouldn't even try.
How much saltpeter will it take to bring to life such a big creature?
A lot. That's why I want you to find me a
Okay.
decent...
I was hoping I'd learn something useful from you. But instead, you're making me wander around the country
Any
looking
hints?
for some pit.
Well, you never know when an experience like that might come in handy.
All right then. I just hope you know where to look, and also that you'll get me into that wedding as a reward.
Yes, Bonnie has a lead. She's a damned handy girl to have around. She can do anything you ask of her. But for you, the most important thing is that she knows how to look for niter, or saltpeter if you prefer.
So this Bonnie, she's a dowser or something.
Bonnie is someone I trust without question, and you should too. Not only will she teach you how to find saltpeter, but also how to differentiate it from common salt. The main difference is it has kind of cooling taste.
Hold your horses. You want me to taste that nasty stuff?
If you don't taste it, you could confuse it with some nasty rot. You don't want that.
Damn right.
Don't be such a lily liver, Henry. If Bonnie can taste saltpeter, she'll tell you the rest herself. You'll find her in the lair.
The lair?
That's a secret storage space I have here just by the pond. Only my best...
Could you try and not sound like a villain?
Your best people. That's just another way of saying people who are wanted by the bailiff, eh?
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
All right then.
There's a bridge over the mill stream.
Yeah.
From that path, you turn right, uphill, between the rocks, and you'll find yourself right in front of the lair. You can't miss it. Oh, and so I don't forget. You could pick some herbs along the way to see Bonnie. It would make her very happy. She's just been through some tough times. Her dog died, and on top of that, she has to spend time with that blabbermouth, Zinnik. On the other hand, Zinnik might be holding his tongue for a while after his encounter with the Troskowitz stocks.
If Bonnie spends time with Zinnek, she may want some spirits rather than herbs.
Bonnie? Never. Being a decent Christian, she avoids alcohol like the plague. Right along.
To the lair.
Take care.
Come on.
Good doggy. Good boy.
You need to get a wash. Hmm. Top and side of the pond. So, along here? Oh, she's right there. Right, there's so much to do in this game, it's ridiculous. But in the best way.
Whoa, whoa. Oh. Whoa, whoa.
Hey, you! You silly doggy.
Yes?
How about stretching those limbs and getting some light exercise? Shall we spar? Fuck you. Who's this that I'm Peter, but everyone calls me Hornet.
I'm Henry, of Scalitz.
Forgive me, but you don't look much like a nobleman.
That I am not.
It's just when you say of Scalitz, it has a noble ring to it.
Well, it's just my way of saying I'm not from these parts. Besides, my name doesn't hold a candle to yours, Hornet. How did you come by such a moniker?
After a fight, my opponents say the blows I give them are right stingers. Want to see for yourself?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Exactly. Now you're talking. What are we fighting for?
I have a proposition. If you win, you take the money. If I win, you teach me some of your skills.
I can tell you how to improve your stamina. How about that?
Yes.
That's my wager.
Ha! I can't wait to win.
Oh,
That was a good fight.
Good. Very good. Perhaps I'll have better luck next time.
maybe.
So, you wanted to know about stamina. It's a good idea to start by limbering up and stretching your body a bit. Then you won't strain your muscles as often. This may sound like cheap advice, but it's not something that should be underestimated.
I'll bear that in mind. Thanks.
God be with you. Same to you. Quick! Whoa!
The fuck was that? Mm-mm.
Whoa!
Bro, housekeeping.
God be with.
I'm Henry, Miller Crazel's new apprentice. He sent me to search for a niter pit and said you might be able to help me with that.
Of course I will. I'm Bonnie. Nice to meet you.
Bonnie? It's not a name I hear often.
It's not the name I was baptized with. In our craft, it ain't a good idea to tell people your real name. That's why we use nicknames. What should we call you?
Hmm. Yeah, like The Witcher.
The Wolf of Skalitz.
Well, that's not very creative. You know what? I'll come up with a nickname for you myself when I get to know you better.
Fair enough.
Bring me something from the mill.
Actually, Crazel said you'd appreciate some herbs.
He's right there. Do you have some for me?
I've got something here.
Hmm.
My word, that's exactly what I need. The ingredients for the magic ritual.
What kind of magic ritual?
The kind where Zenek finally gets some sense into his head and stops making stupid beginner's mistakes. Just so you know, that mess with the author of Hermes Trismegistos would never have happened to me. Not me. While we're on the subject of rituals, did Crazel tell you about the golem?
Yes.
And what do you think of it?
I think it's all a load of shit. Just some hocus pocus to cover up shameless robbery.
Well now, so you're a bailiff's man and you're on our trail?
No. It's just I'm not as naive as you seem to think.
Look out! Behind you!
What?
Oh, for fuck's sake,
Just
Henry.
testing how alert you are. You know, if a golem punches you, you won't get up again. Whether you're naive or not.
A golem punches.
But that's
Golem's going to be the name of the weapon.
We're not going to
A gun.
stand here talking about flower golems when we've barely just met. I'd like to chat with you too, Henry. Get to know you a bit. But if you're in a hurry to find Crazel's saltpeter, I won't keep you.
Sure, let's talk.
No. I have plenty.
You know what? I'll start. When they caught Zenek in Troskovitz, I was scared out of my mind that they'd catch me and clap me in the stocks. I had to hide out here for a while, so I haven't had anyone to talk to. Life in the lair isn't all fun and games. Zenek and all the other mill knuckleheads were never worth much as company. So I'm glad the miller's finally found a normal hand for once. You've got a beautiful dog. What's his name?
Mutt.
What a cute fella. How did you find each other?
He belonged to this girl I knew, Teresa. She saved my life in my hometown, Skalitz, when I went to bury my parents.
Well, that's what I call an interesting past. I used to have a dog, but I don't anymore.
He died.
He started getting these lumps all over his body. He stopped eating, just slept all the time. And then, well, what's done is done. And what about you? What kind of family are you from? Also, thieves?
Blacksmith.
No. Pa was a blacksmith. I inherited something from him, I hope.
Oh, really? Would you teach me how to make, maybe, barrel hoops?
Those are pretty hard. Wouldn't you rather start with, maybe nails?
Sure. I'm pretty quick to learn and patient. That is, with one exception. When Crazel starts spouting off his alchemy theories, I'd rather run for the hills. What do you think of the old miller, anyway?
I don't know what to say to that. I still don't know him all that well.
I understand. Best not to bite the hand that feeds you for no good reason. Thanks for talking to me. It really is good to have someone to pour my heart out to. But now, about that saltpeter. Before you came, and before Zenek fucked up with the manuscript, we collected saltpeter all over the place, mainly in sties. It has to be scraped from the walls. Horrible work, time-consuming and annoying. I'm not going to lie to you. We also looked in a few chests, just in case. You know. Anyhow, now all the sties in the region are scraped clean and we're sitting pretty on a nice barrel of saltpeter.
Barrel is quite a lot.
For the whole Trotsky region, aye. Unfortunately, Krazel said we need at least 6 times as much.
6 times? Will one saltpeter pit be enough?
I reckon so. There should be as much as Krazel needs for his masterwork. If you're looking for it, you ought to know how saltpeter forms. Do you have any idea?
Certainly. You take a damp wall, like in a sty, you let the water evaporate from it, and you get this salty bloom.
That's right. But like I told you, all the sty walls in the region are
Don't even know what a sty is.
Wait. Don't forget that saltpeter crystals are formed in places where something is rotting. It can be shit or carcasses. Well, a saltpeter pit is actually nothing more than a mass grave. The best natural saltpeter maker.
Krazel said saltpeter is a vessel for life energy. I get it that it's left over from dead bodies, but how do you get it from shit?
God's mysterious ways. You know how it is.
And he also wanted me to taste it. That's nonsense, though, isn't it?
Unfortunately, it isn't. Otherwise, you won't know if it's saltpeter or some other shit. It feels kind of cold on the tongue.
Jesus. And you know where to look for such a pit full of carcasses, do you?
Not exactly, but I have an idea. Times are evil and there's plenty of corpses. A person who's digging holes and throwing dead bodies into them and doesn't even know he's got a gold, a saltpeter mine.
Graveyard keeper.
The local gravedigger?
Exactly. And the one we have here in the region is also the knacker.
Well, I haven't met him yet. Where can I find him?
The cemetery is beyond Troskovitz, towards the Apollonia rocks.
So I'm in for a walk to the cemetery.
Seems like it. Too bad you couldn't have walked around the county with us before. It was fun, and pretty useful experience. I learned a lot during that time, and I won't keep it to myself. I'd be happy to teach you something, if you want.
I'll keep that in mind.
That old gravedigger will be suspicious, so I'd bring him some kind of offering.
Like?
He's always dragging those carcasses, so I'm sure he'd appreciate a slab of fresh meat from Troskovitz butcher.
Good idea.
He lives a short way from the cemetery.
I've been there.
So at least the meat won't go bad on the way. Lots of luck, the Wolf of Skalitz.
I heard you...
It can be done. What would you like to know?
Oh, this shit's expensive. Let's go with thievery for more, yeah.
I know what a lockpick is, but I'm still not very good at using them.
All right, but it'll take some time.
Sure.
Good day to you.
Greetings to you.
Happy day. Toodaloo-loo-loo-lay. Hello. What's up, bud?
What would you like? I'll have a look.
I mean, everybody loves bacon.
I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
Quick! Go! Go! Whoa! Whoa!
Alright, let's have a word with him. In a different life or game, I was a graveyard keeper. That's a good game.
Jesus.
Oh, your name's Ignatius. Ha!
You must be the local gravedigger, right? I'm Henry.
Ignatius, master of the sod, at your service. Looking for a final resting place? Or do you need to bury a dead goat?
None of that. I have a different, slightly unusual request. Bonnie from Lower Semine sent me. We're looking for a saltpeter pit.
From Lower Semine? What pit?
A saltpeter pit.
I ain't never heard of nothing like that. What's it supposed to be? A pit to hell?
Hmm.
Yeah, something like that. At night, you hear the cries of tormented souls and catch the whiff of sulfur.
Well, that I can't help you with.
Not to worry. It's actually just a hole with some rotting carcasses in it. These white crystals form in it. And that's exactly what we're after.
You should have said you're looking for the pit I throw carcasses into. What's all this about Salty Peter? I'm going to go there anyway, so I'll take you there.
Really? That was easier than I thought.
Not even a chicken scratches in the dirt without hope of reward, though. You'll help me with something first. I have some collections from some Slatigo farmsteads, and I'd be a fool if I didn't use a helping hand. At least one day I can take it a bit easy.
You want me to help you with your grave digging business?
Why not?
Okay.
You look like a strong fella. You'll be a good helper.
Pay with me.
I have a better idea. You tell me where I can find that pit, and I'll give you a nice piece of fresh meat for it.
I won't say no to that. Show me what you have.
Bacon.
Oh, aye, fresh meat. What a feast that'll make. Now, listen closely. That pit of yours lies at the end of a long journey that we'll take together on my wagon.
So you got meat out of me for nothing?
When I see how much you lot in Lower Semine are interested in it, I'm not just going to hand it to you on a plate. But thanks for the meat, and don't worry about a thing. Grave digging is a job like any other. Sooner
Okay.
or later, everyone needs our services. And if it wasn't for us knackers, folk would have to deal with their animal carcasses themselves.
Of course. I understand. I'm just a little worried about what people will say about me when they see me with you. I wouldn't like to lose the honor I've earned as squire to a nobleman.
Don't worry about what people say. They'll only strip you of your honor if you let them. So what then? Shall we take a nice little ride with my boys Snorter and Dragonfly here? Nice and early, at daybreak.
Let's get this over with then.
Didn't you understand me? Like I said.
Okay.
Is there some place?
Of course, if you've got nothing better. If you know how to read, I have a book hidden in the outhouse I got of a dead fella. That'll make the time go faster. In fact, you can keep it. All I can do is...
And where can I sleep?
At the inn in Truskowitz. Get a good breakfast there. Here's a little...
Okay. Where's your house up there? Nice. Bandages will be more effective, and healing effects of food will be doubled. I like that. But also increasing my, crafting and thievery skill. Yeah, let's go with that. But, unfortunately, that is what we have to call it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. If you like what you saw, feel free to hit that follow button. Otherwise, as per usual, everything I do gets uploaded to YouTube. Link in the chat right there. Over back to